Another thing you can do with the knowledge of the divisibility rules is to find the greatest common factor. So if we had two numbers, in this case, let's say we have the number 16 and perhaps the number 28. This is done all the time for homework. I see it all the time. Okay, what we're going to do is find all of the factors for 16 and match and see if we can find all of the factors for 28. And where they overlap, we can use that with doing fractions. I'll get into that later, but this is the skill. When we're finding all of the factors for 16, we're going to work with a high and a low, a high factor and a low factor. So we're going to do this in pairs and very methodically do this in pairs. Think it through, because 1 is a factor of every single number, and 16 would be the largest one. So 1 times 16 is 16. Will 2 work? Well, 16 is even, so yes, it will. 2 times what is 16? 2 times 8. So our pairs are 1 times 16 and 2 times 8. Will 3 divide into 16? We can find that out by just adding the digits. 6 plus 1 is 7, and 3 will not go into 7 evenly, so let's skip 3. It isn't a factor. How about 4? Well, 4 times 4 is 16. Since 4 is the least number and is also the greatest number in this factor, 4 times 4, we only have to show our 4 one time. But we don't have to go any farther than that because 5, 6, 7, and 8 don't, or 5, 6, and 7 don't work before we bump into the 8. So the factors of 16 are 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. Let's find our 28. We're going to work with the 1 times 28 first. Next, 2 is going to work because 28 is even. 2 times 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2 times 14 is 28. We don't have to check any of the numbers between 14 and 28. They won't work. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 is not necessary to do the math on it. If you do a low and a high, a low and a high as you're going through this, if you think randomly about all of the multiplication problems you can make for 28, you'll probably miss some of them. But if you think methodically, the 1, then the 2, then the 3, then the 4, there's going to come a time where you overlap like we did here with 4 times 4. And we knew we didn't have to go any farther. All right, let's check and see if 3 is going to work. Add the digits. That's what 3's do. 8 plus 2 is 10. 3 will not divide into 10 evenly. Skip it. Will 4 go into 28? Well, 4 times 7 is 28, so yes, we have factors. Now we don't have to try 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or 13 because they will not work. The next number, 5, 5's not going to work because 28 doesn't end in a 0 or a 5. Will 6? No, there's nothing times 6 that makes 28, and here we are overlapped at our 7. So these are the only factors that will make 28. These are the only factors that will make 16. What do they have in common? These common factors. The common factors are 1, 2, they share the 4, and that's all. So the common factors of 16 and 28 are 1, 2, and 4. But the greatest common factor of 16 and 28 is 4.